Just when I thought I was out, they pulled me back in.
Here she goes. Great ass! And you got your head all the way up it. Say hello to my little friend.
Hoo-ah! Oh, yeah.
I'm the hand of Mona Lisa's skirt. I'm a surprise, Kevin. They don't see me coming.
There's a few choice phrases we use here. Now, here's an easy one. I don't want your money. I want your bookie's fucking money. Give it back to me.
I don't want your money. I want your bookie's money.
What happened to fuck?
What about it?
I said it. You don't use it?
Nah.
Hey! I don't want to embarrass you, but I gotta do this. I got someone here who has a problem saying fuck.
Hold on. Fuck
Yeah. Hey everyone, and welcome back to another installment of my Al Pacino retrospective review series. This is episode 9 of the third season, and on today's episode we'll be taking a look at the 2005 drama, sports, thriller film Two for the Money, directed by DJ Caruso, starring Al Pacino, Matthew McConaughey, Rene Russo, Armand Assante, Jermey, Piven, and Jamie King, among others. The movie is inspired by true events and based on a real-life person called Brandon Lang. I have been told, however, that it is a heavily dramatized film based upon, his true story. So it's not, definitely take the film a little bit with a grain of salt. Yes, it is based on real characters, real events, but heavily dramatized as per usual with these type of films, for entertainment purposes. It is, however, a very interesting and slightly underrated film for me. So without any further ado, let's just jump into this. Let's take a look at Two for the Money from 2005. Here we go. The plot of the movie goes as follows. In Vegas, after breaking his knee in a game, the former promising football player Brandon Lang, played by Matthew McConaughey, has to work in a phone service foreseeing the results of the games due to the lack of professional options. After many successful predictions, he is invited by Walter Abrahams, played by Al Pacino, to move to Manhattan, New York City, and work with him in his gambling advising business. Brandon changes his name and personality, becomes famous advising clients and close to Walter as a quasi-father-son relationship develops between them, and also becoming a good friend of Walter's wife, the owner of a hairdressing salon, Tony, played by Rene Russo. Then things go awry when Brandon's predictions fail, and right after a rich business tycoon, played by Armand Assante, made a major bet based on Brandon's advice and is out for blood. And Walter seems to be slowly losing his faith and his sanity. The odds against Brandon seem to go slowly but surely against his favour. It's a well-written and well-acted piece, and yet another one of these Pacino works with a young up-and-coming star kind of things. After films like City Hall with John Cusack, Devil's Advocate with Keanu Reeves, Donnie Brasco with Johnny Depp, and even A Recruit with Colin Farrell, for example. For this film, it's Matthew McConaughey as the young buck opposite Pacino, and he does a fine job indeed as Brandon Lang, aka John Anthony, which is the persona he adopts, perfectly holding his own in his scenes with Pacino and Russo, and also Armand Assante. A fine actor of his generation for sure, and from everything I've seen of him, which to be fair ain't a whole lot, but it's certainly a fine addition to this cast and a good leading man for sure. Al Pacino, as per usual, does a fine job as Walter Abrahams in an effortless performance that doesn't demand all too much from the legend, but he doesn't phone it in either, that's for sure. The chemistry he has with both McConaughey and Rene Russo definitely shines through, and there are some absolute wonderful scenes with this trio in particular in this film. Another fine performance and a career filled with him. And indeed, the same can be said for Rene Russo, an actress I've always admired and have enjoyed seeing on screen very much. Whenever she pops up on screen in a film, it's always a highlight, and she once again delivers in this one with some very good scenes with quite a few opportunities to shine, which she definitely does. The writer of this film, Dan Gilroy, is coincidentally her husband, and so he wrote the part tailor-made specifically for her. Excellent stuff for sure. Armand Assante is another actor I've admired for many years, and although he doesn't have the biggest role in this one, he manages to be a standout nonetheless. Especially the one scene where he confronts McConaughey's character is absolutely fantastic. Rest of the supporting cast all deliver as well, and all in all the film is solidly directed by DJ Caruso, who aside from this film I'm not quite familiar with, to be honest. But the direction and editing on this is definitely very solid, and the film is very well paced and a good story to tell in my opinion. In a weird way, I was kind of reminded of Wolf of Wall Street at times actually. All in all, some really good stuff here. The film upon release was met with mixed reviews though, sadly. On an estimated budget of $35 million, the film ended up making only about $30.5 million worldwide. At the time of doing this review, the film holds a 22% critic score and a 48% audience score over on Rotten Tomatoes, and it sits at a 6.2 on IMDb. So the audience definitely appreciates this film more than the critics, it's safe to say. Myself, I'll go for a 6.5 star rating out of 10, a very solid film that's well directed and acted, with a good story at its core to work off of. It certainly won't be a top 10 Pacino film at any point, but considering all the other fantastic films within his portfolio, that would not even be fair to expect of this film. I do recommend this one though for both the casual fans and Pacino fans, that's for sure. And that's that.
Put me out there on a tray?
I put a tray out there. You didn't have to shove a fucking apple in your mouth and sit on it!
There you guys have it. That was my review for Two for the Money from 2005. Like I said, it's very, very underrated. I mean, I love the characters in this one. I love the performances. Obviously, yeah, Matthew McConaughey. I've not seen all too many Matthew McConaughey films. Obviously, Wolf of Wall Street is one that springs to mind. Sahara. And there's a few others. I mean, I like him as an actor, but it's not that I go seek out every single film that he's in, for example. But I like him enough. Pacino again as Walter in this one does amazing as the teacher to this young kind of apprentice. He has some really great scenes and moments and stuff, and he takes full advantage as per usual. I mean, say what you want, even if Pacino does films for the money and stuff, well, pun not intended, for the money. But even, because Pacino has admitted there's a few films in his career that he just did for the paycheck, but he still does not phone and he still is 100% committed to every project. Even when we get, further on down in this review series, when we get to Jack and Jill, you will notice that Pacino is definitely not the problem in that film. Pacino still is, well, he's Pacino. He's an actor's actor, it doesn't matter. He gets material, he just soaks in the material, he gets subsumed. He's subsumed by the material, and that's the kind of actor Pacino is. And again, even in a film like this, which doesn't require a hell of a lot from him or doesn't ask him to do a hell of a lot of, to pull a lot of tricks out of his acting bag, he still fucking does. So yeah, great film. I mean, Rene Russo, I love Rene Russo, man. The Lethal Weapon films, Thomas Crown Affair, Ransom, so many great, Get Shorty, so many great films. I'll absolutely love and adore Rene Russo, everything I've seen her in. Even The Intern with De Niro from 2015. She's great in that film. I absolutely love Rene Russo, one of my favorite actresses. Great in this one. Armand Assante is a little wasted. I wish he had a few more scenes. I wish he had a little bit more to do. When he is there, he definitely captures your attention, your focus towards him. It's like, ooh, cool. It's him. It's the villain from Judge Dredd. It's John Gotti from the HBO Gotti film. It's the guy from Paradise Alley. I've seen him in so many stuff. Usually he is typecast as a villain, or because he does have one of them faces. But I love Armand Assante, man. It's great to see him in this one. DJ Caruso, like I said, not familiar with pretty much any of his other works. Can only judge him on this one. I think he did a good job with directing this one, in my opinion. The film is, it has a good pace to it. Doesn't really run over long. Doesn't overstay its welcome or anything. So I think it's a good film. Like I said, 6.5, 6.5 stars out of 10 is a more than fair score for this one. Again, it's not, a high level of, level of art or work. It is a very, very average, above average film. It's just one that you can watch. It's entertaining enough. It doesn't really, I don't know, there's nothing too much wrong with Two for the Money, but it's just missing a little something to be extra special to go to up to like a 7 or an 8, so but it's a good film. I definitely recommend it. Anyway, on the next episode, it's going to be a little different. We're going to do a bonus episode in between this review and the next review. Obviously, the reviews are always going to be on Friday every week, as long as the season is running, of course, every Friday. However, in between, like somewhere in the middle of the week or in the beginning of next week, so maybe on the Monday or Tuesday, we will have a bonus episode. So next episode after this one is the bonus episode in question, and it is on the 2006 video game Scarface, The World Is Yours. Tony Montana will be back for another episode in our review series. I can't wait to discuss this game. So that's a bonus episode because Pacino does provide his likeness for this game, and he handpicked the actor to do his voice because Pacino couldn't do the voice anymore, obviously, because Tony Montana sounds like this. Tony Montana does not sound like this. So that was a difference, obviously, in Pacino's voice by the time they made the game. So Pacino did contribute to a lot of factors in the game, so we'll be discussing that in the next episode, which again will be on a different time. Let's say Monday. Like obviously this episode now is on a Friday. Next Monday is the Scarface review, and then next Friday after that, after Monday, is going to be the official next episode, in which we'll be taking a look at 88 Minutes from 2007. This is going to be the next film we're going to be reviewing, is 88 Minutes. This is one of the films that Pacino did for the money, so yeah, let's take a look if he still delivers a good performance. But yeah, anyway, join me for Scarface next week, or 88 Minutes a few days after that, if you don't want to, if you're not interested in the video game. But you know, we're covering everything that Pacino has been involved with, so it's only fair to have a bonus episode dedicated to the Scarface video game. Plus, you guys know how much I love Scarface. There's no way I was going to pass up an opportunity to talk about it even more, right? So anyway, shout out to my member before I leave you, which is Crushers Movies and Games. Thank you so much, sir, for being a member. And if you want to become a member as well, the link is in the description down below. Members do have early access to my Pacino reviews. So they will have watched the next 2 episodes coming up already, probably. So if you want to become a member and support the channel even further and get early access to these Pacino reviews, I do recommend doing so, and I would really appreciate it. It would help the channel out tremendously. And with all that having been said, stay safe and healthy and keep punching. And we'll see you either Monday for the Scarface The World Is Yours video game, or next Friday as per usual, as per the usual programming for the review of 88 Minutes. Anyway, take care guys, see you then. Hooah!